It's important, of course, to control the services. It's important, of course, to control the resources, as important as water. And because, as I said, there's no understanding, there's no awareness of what privatization can lead to. People are just hell-bent on doing it without really understanding what are the impacts, what can be the implications on the population 10 years, 20 years down the line. In places where there are privatization contracts, in water. See, water is a bit complex, and there are different kind of angles to the whole thing. So under these schemes, what they are doing is generally for water projects, they are going into more long distance capital intensive projects. Okay, so the more the capital, the more the project cost, and subsequent leveraging of the what you can say,
like building bigger facilities, bigger dams,
exactly.
Pipelines from water sources far away.
So you have funds to divert from that. The more the pool, the more you can divert, and plus the bigger the stake. So if you are building a 50-kilometer pipeline to bring in water to a certain municipal corporation, so you're spending money on the capital cost, creating the whole assets. But the important thing is that you will be incurring a huge amount of O&M costs pumping in the water from such a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
So what will that do? That will increase your tariffs much more. Because if you realize, in India, almost 70% of the water supply expenses go as electricity expenses.
Okay.
So if you're pumping it from a long distance and you have to pay electricity bills, so that makes your water tariffs go up. And despite the policy guidelines and some of the documents saying that you have to use your own local resources before going in for a long distance transfer, that's not happening. If one is using its own resources, local wells or tanks or streams or rivers, of course you have to put in an effort to keep them clean, to keep them to stop people from encroaching them, things like that. I mean, measures that you have to take. Paying off so much of electricity cost, and depending on such a far resource on essential supplies.
Yeah.
So this is what is happening. People are going in for long distance transfers because there are big projects. There are more. You can showcase them more as something which has been successfully done, but without thinking about the long-term sustainability of the whole thing.